Hi, Vinicius Brazil with the Brazil Group, and today I want to talk to you about home improvements. Very often I get a call from a homeowner who's planning on perhaps remodeling their kitchen or doing an upgrade to their home, and they're concerned about how it will affect their home's value. So most of the time, home improvements improve your homes and also improve your home's value, but that's not always the case. In many cases, you're not going to get dollar for dollar on the home improvement that you do. And even in worst cases, some home improvements can actually adversely impact your house and actually lower the home value. One example is, pool additions. Most people in our area don't want pools in their homes. So that would be something that if you're thinking about doing and you're planning on maybe selling in the next few years, you may want to rethink that. So here's some information. If you're thinking about doing some improvements and you're concerned about your home value, well, here's some things to help you avoid making some mistakes. So one of the first things you want to watch out for is patchy improvements. And what I mean by patchy improvements is maybe only focusing on one aspect of your house and neglecting the other aspects of your house. So one of the things that I always look for in a home is consistency. If a home is updated, then it should be consistently updated, right? If a home's a fixer-upper, well, you would expect the consistency be that everything needs to be updated. When you're doing an improvement, and I see this a lot with people in their kitchens, they tend to put a lot of energy, a lot of money into their kitchens and neglect the other aspects of their home. And when they go to sell it, well, those other aspects of their home, even though the kitchen looks great, may be holding a buyer back from making a purchase because they don't like the condition of the interior, or they don't like the floor plan, or they don't like something about the home. Even though you've got a great kitchen and that might be attracting some other folks, it's not really giving you the return that you were expecting because those fussy buyers who are expecting, a consistently updated home, they may not be impressed, right? So if you're considering, spending all that money on your kitchen or investing all this money on updates and you're thinking about selling, you may want to spread some of that budget into other areas of your house. Poor planning. And what do I mean by poor planning? Really what I'm talking about is a lack of consideration in the design of the improvement. And the biggest mistake I see people making is they're going forward with an improvement and they're really just considering, what works well for them, but not overall what would work well for most people, or maybe make the best use out of the space and the improvement that they're doing for better return, right? So this is sometimes hard to understand, especially if you don't have a really good design eye, right? And if you're on a budget, you don't want to hire an architect or you don't want to hire a designer. Well, how do you achieve a really good outcome in design? Well, sometimes you can consult people at the cabinet store to lay out the kitchen for you, right? Call your local realtor, someone who looks at houses, knows your floor plan, knows other houses in the area, how they've remodeled, maybe to give you some ideas. Look at your existing plan, maybe make some suggestions on how you can make it a little bit better and make sure that those improvements are going to be better received when you do go to sell your house. So really important factor to focus on the design, and before you finalize it, definitely get some feedback. Get feedback from friends, get feedback from neighbors. Again, your real estate agent always loves to tell you and talk to you and give you feedback. That's a good source as well. Overimprovement. Now, this is one that doesn't happen often because most people are, remodeling on a budget. But when it does happen, this is something that can result in tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars lost. I mean, I just saw this the other day when I was showing a property to my client. It was a beautifully updated home, but the floor plan was pretty much a mess. But you can tell that this seller went in and spent probably close to $100,000 updating the kitchen, updating the bathrooms, and making it look really nice. But at the end of the day, it just didn't make sense to my client as well as any other client, and they didn't get any offers. So this is one that if you're gonna spend that kind of money to improve your home, and your plan is either to sell it immediately or sell it in the near future, if you're really concerned about whether those improvements are going to bring value to you, it's best to consult with a real estate expert who knows that area, who understands the values in your neighborhood, and can look at what you're doing and figure out whether or not this is something that buyers are going to be excited to buy and are going to pay a lot of money to buy, and whether or not the budget that you have to put into that improvement and what you're going to sell that home for is going to be in line with your goals, right? So a little bit tricky. This is not something that any regular person would probably be able to figure out. But again, your local real estate agent is happy to help. All right, so if you're thinking about doing that improvement, just remember, avoid patchy improvements, make sure you plan ahead, and make sure you don't over improve. And more than likely, if you need the help of a professional, a real estate agent who knows your area, give them a call. I'm sure they're going to help you save a lot of money and save a lot of heartache in the future. Hey, thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for more of our videos, and we'll see you next time.